Are we live? Okay, we're live. Send a link. Okay, so thank you for joining us today on Kerberos Roundtable Discussions on the KRTD Media Network. This is going to actually be a new segment. It's going to be called KRTD Politics, which is going to be our new news show, political news. And today in KRTD Politics, we're going to discuss something that Senator Thom Tillis slipped into a bill that has recently passed. So rather than explain it myself, let's take a look at a video, which will explain everything. And then I'm going to explain and then I'll do a little bit of talking as well. We had a different segment planned for today, but there was a mistake with the schedule, so we're going to be doing this instead. So all right, let's take a look at the video. Let's take a look at the video.
The new government spending bill approved by Congress includes language making streaming unlicensed work a federal felony. Now, currently it's a misdemeanor. However, making it a federal felony includes prison time and hefty fines. And this was something that was slipped into the bill by Republican Senator Thom Tillis. Here are the issues with it. It's had very little time to circulate before evidently becoming part of the spending package. Now, if passed, meaning, if Donald Trump signs this bill, illegal streaming of works, including movies and music tracks, could carry a penalty of up to 10 years in jail. The spending bill also appears to adopt a long discussed plan to create a small claims adjudication system within the US Copyright Office. Critics say it could help copyright trolls and giant companies go after ordinary internet users, which it definitely will. People found to have shared a copyrighted piece of content could be penalized with a fine of up to $30,000 according to the bill's text. So there are many reasons to be concerned about this, because consider the fact that independent news, for instance, I'll talk about what I have some expertise on. Independent news does rely on fair use, of course, content in order to tell a story. So whenever we toss to a video, we do it in order to help our audience understand the gravity of the story or to put things in context. But let's say we're using a video from CNN or something like that. Well, that's the intellectual property of CNN, right? And so what ends up happening with platforms that use algorithms to deal with copyrighted issues or copyright issues is, yeah, it's an algorithm. It's not an actual person making the decision as to whether or not something is protected under fair use. And I think that this type of legislation is going to make various online platforms even more draconian in the way that they handle copyright claims. So it's a complete and utter disaster for independent media. There's this argument that, oh, no, don't worry. This is only gonna impact people who use copyrighted material for commercial use, meaning if you have a show or something that is monetized. Well, yeah, no, then that's everyone. That's pretty much everyone in independent media that relies on these types of platforms in order to remain sustainable, honestly. And by the way, this is way more likely to impact small independent streamers, not just on YouTube, but on places like Twitch as well, along with independent news shows. A felony streaming bill, as someone from the Electronic Frontier Foundation says, would likely be a chill on expression. We already see that it's hard enough in just civil copyright and the DMCA for people to feel comfortable asserting their rights. The chance of a felony would impact both expression and innovation. So, Cenk, I'd love to hear your thoughts
All
on
right,
this.
let's stop it there.
There's a number of.
So right now, this bill has passed, I believe, and Senator Tillis is essentially going after, with this bill. He goes after independent streamers, independent anybody who posts anything. They're going to be in a lot of trouble, and a lot of people do not have the resources to defend themselves if they're sued. For example, if I were to use a video from CNN and they were to sue me, I would not have the resources to fight a legal battle with CNN, and neither would most independent streamers. And if somebody uses a copyrighted song, they're not by mistake, and they made that huge mistake. Now they have to deal with being sued by that musician's legal team. Who is going to have what regular person is going to have the resources to fight that kind of legal battle? This is ridiculous. And now we're going to go back to the video where they explain why the senator has done this. We can return to the video now.
Very important things in this story. So number one, I want you to understand how broad it can be. One of the examples given is if you use copyrighted music in an Instagram post. But wait a minute, tons and tons of people do that. But technically you're not a user at that point, you're a publisher because you published it onto Instagram. You didn't just watch somebody else's copyrighted music for free, you put it up there. You're going to jail for up to 10 years. Now, why do they do this insane law? Because of corruption. And that leads to point number two. See, this is why I get so disgusted by mainstream media. That's why you gotta read The Intercept, American Prospect, all of these folks that are actually Daily Poster now, that are doing great journalism. And yes, TYT.com as well. We have a great investigative team. And so what mainstream media didn't tell you is Thom Tillis, who backed this, who's the sponsor of this, has taken over $100,000 from the movie industry right before his election. So remember, he won that election by just 2 points. He's a Republican in North Carolina. Now the Republicans turn around and go, liberal Hollywood, disgusting. Money, give me the money, give me the money. I'll do anything for you. I'll do anything. I'll ban all your competitors. I'll do crony capitalism. Just give me the money. And they give him over $100,000. And then Thom Tillis turns around right after the election and goes, first priority, I gotta protect liberal Hollywood. By the way, if you're a right winger, you think they're not gonna come for you? You schmucks, they're gonna come for you first. Anything where you made a transgression on anything that's copyrighted, gone. Which leads to the next point. It's perfect for censorship. Well, what do corporate Democrats and corporate Republicans love? They love the mainstream media because they never cover their real problems. In fact, they cover up for their real problems, and then all they ever do is compliment them. Oh, bipartisanship, that's so great. And Jeff Pelosi's a master legislator. And it goes on and on and on. Marco Rubio, what a young.
All right, we could stop the screen share, and I'm just gonna give some of my thoughts for the last few minutes. I was a little bit unprepared for this, so let's see what I can come up with. So Senator Tillis is extremely corrupt, as you can see. He took all that money from Hollywood, and now he's paying them back. This is what happens when you have corporate money in politics. When you have corporate money in politics, they will bribe you, and you'll do what they say. Because the thing is, senators they're all corrupt. They're all the same, pretty much. And if you take corporate money, this is what happens. Now, on this show, we are no longer going to be able to use any clips, likely use any clips from CNN, MSNBC, Fox News, or any of them. The reason being, we're a tiny show. And if we got into a legal battle, we would likely lose. We do not have the resources to fight one. So now, because of this senator, smaller shows have to be wary of line. You could be targeted. So it's extremely corrupt. That are North Carolina. If you're in North Carolina and you're watching this, please get rid of him in 6 years. He needs to go. Doing this is unacceptable. It should be illegal. It should really not be allowed because we have fair use. And now this is actually conflicting with fair use. And now because we're not because fair use is put into question, it really hurts a lot of people. So we really need to get to a point. This needs to be overturned. I believe it has passed. To the best of my knowledge, it has passed. And now that it's passed, it needs to get overturned. So now the work starts to make sure it becomes overturned. This is ridiculous. And pretty sure it's unconstitutional. So thanks for watching. I had time to do a short video today, and this was not the video I planned to do, so I wasn't really prepared, but well, it's whatever. Thanks for watching. Be sure to share the video. Check out our Patreon. Subscribe. That's what we need to do. We need sustainable. Check out our Patreon. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram, and join our new Discord server, which is in the description below.